Welcome to a new episode of the New Breed Enterprises podcast. Please don't forget to like us, share, and follow us on channel. Today we have John RUIZ.
How you doing?
So John, a lot of people are wondering a little bit about you. If you could tell us your upbringing and all of those things, so we get to know more about you.
Well, I was I was raised in Boston, Massachusetts, but I lived sometime in Puerto Rico. My family's from Puerto Rico. I'm the first generation being born in the States, even though Puerto Rico is part of the USA. Mm-hmm. And I was, it was one of those situations where I grew up in a I wouldn't say small city, more like a medium city in a way, where a lot of Latinos and stuff like that. Basically, we kept our heritage, pride, heritage, and then we just everywhere we went, we always represent our flag, Puerto Rico, and that's who we are, as a family.
Okay, were you uprooted like on the sports arena, like performing sports as a child? I know a lot of people from Puerto Rico play a lot of baseball, basketball, all of those things.
My father and my uncles were all great baseball players. So our neighborhood in Puerto Rico is Agua Grande. They have a park there named after my uncle. So pretty much they were pretty good players. But things did not go their way because the alcohol got involved and they would drink a little too much and they could have gone a little further in their lives. But if I would have stayed in Puerto Rico, baseball would have been my go-to sport.
Okay, so how do we get to boxing?
Boxing happened when, of course, was living in Puerto Rico for a year or so. I was doing kindergarten over there. My mother leaves, my father moves over to Massachusetts. She comes back to Massachusetts. And she meets a gentleman over there who pretty much loved boxing. His whole passion was boxing. And at the age of 7, he started bringing me up to the gym. My city is Chelsea. We were living in Chelsea, but the gym was in East Boston, which is near next city over. Mm-hmm. And that's how boxing started for me. So basically, it was more of it was good at a moment when you first start off. It's always something new, and after a while, you're like, do I really want to do this anymore? You get that kind of, you're a kid already. I mean, you want to stay home, watch TV, mm-hmm. because boxing was basically my life. Boxing was basically, I would get up in the morning, maybe at 5 o'clock in the morning, go running. He used to do like 10 miles every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 miles every morning at 5 o'clock before going to school. Go to school, come out of school, go to the gym, come out of the gym, do my homework, eat, go to bed. Pretty much that was my life Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays were more of a road race days. Basically, he had me sign up for road races. So if I wasn't doing something kind of boxing, I was doing more like a road race. And I won a lot of trophies. I also won the Puerto Rican Festival road race. They got me 2 trips to Puerto Rico, and those are the times that I really got to know my dad, because when I left, I was very young. I left when I was 5 from Puerto Rico, and then basically coming back and meeting them around the age of maybe 10 and 11, mm-hmm. So which was kind of nice.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about your amateur career? How do you get started into your first fights, and now how that progressed?
Well, like I was saying, I started very young. I did some what do you call them? Silver men's fights, mm-hmm. more like very novice fights. I was like maybe 9. Maybe my first fight was like 9 years old, I think. So I was fighting from 9, 10, 11 to 12 years old. Doing some house fights, pretty much at that age. And then after that, my mother and my stepfather separated, so I was kind of on break there for a couple of years, and then I just got back to it. I guess somehow I decided to get back to it. Went to a gym, and my stepfather I talked to my stepfather, took him to the gym, and we started all over again. And so from there, I did the Golden Gloves, the PALs. The PAL was my first tournament that I ever won my first national tournament that I ever won, and we got the chance to go to Sweden. It was kind of nice. My first overseas trip with boxing, and Pat was the one who basically made it happen. And from there, we, amateur, did the Golden Gloves, won the Golden Gloves, made the finals to the Golden Gloves, national finals in the Golden Gloves. Got me to the national tournament for USA in boxing, and then from there I won that, became number one in the country, went to Australia, and fought over there, fought all the great great fighters over there from every other country, and became number 5 in the world. Mm-hmm. And then from there came back, did my thing, tried out for the Olympics, didn't make it, but kept going and went into the professionals.
So how do you then transition into your professional career? And in your career as a professional, which bouts were more meaningful to you?
The transition was from amateur. Of course, we all want to move forward and keep fighting. And at the same time, I had a kid coming out of high school, so I was a young father, trying to support my family.
Of course.
So in that case, I decided to go pro. Instead of winning another 4 more years for the Olympics to come around, went pro, and just from there, every fight is a battle. Mm-hmm. I mean, from the beginning, from the first fight on, keep going to the second fight, to the third fight, you just start building up your record, and then you stumble once in a while where you have that first loss, and that's what happens. I mean, that first loss always sets you back, where you feel like you're starting all over again. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's the thing with boxing. Boxing, in reality, you can never say there are second chances, mm-hmm. but very rarely. Right. You have to make it happen. Yeah. And if you first lost, people put you, mm-hmm. Put you aside pretty much. They don't even think about you no more. They just, oh, he lost. Okay, that's. But after those couple of losses, stuff like that, I mean, I just kept going. I mean, because I had no other choice but to support my family. That's who I was fighting for, my family. And for that reason, I just kept going to made it through the top, became the number 1 in the world, in the WBA, and number 2 in the WBC. And then that's when Dennis Lewis and Holyfield were fighting for unification of the titles, and that's when Dennis Lewis won, and I was his mandatory. Mm-hmm. And Dennis Lewis decided not to fight me, so he let go of the WBA belt, and that's when myself and Holyfield fought for it. Mm-hmm. And in that fight, after 3 fights, I managed to lose 1, win 1, and then a draw in the third one. Mm-hmm. But and then I just keep going. I kept did a couple of title defense and so on and so on, and until I retired 2010.
Mm-hmm. What did it felt like when you got that title? What was that like?
It's before having that fight, a lot of people telling me, if you win, you'll be the first Latino ever to win a title. Mm-hmm. I mean, as a Latino, mm-hmm. you'll be the first Latino to ever win the heavyweight title. You start thinking about that. There's so many Latinos in all these weight classes, and mm-hmm. so many champions. There's never been one in the heavyweight division. There was probably a handful that fought for it, but not too many. Actually, none of them won it. So it was a big deal. Mm-hmm. It was a big deal, and at the same time, thank goodness things worked out for me. And that thing I look back more. If the win is great, the win was awesome. It's the greatest feeling in the world, mm-hmm. and being the first Latino heavyweight champion of the world. But the thing that was more important for me is that I still could feed my family, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how's it been since you retired? You mentioned in 2010. How's that been for you?
Retirement has been good, basically. I mean, I managed to. I got remarried, I had my second wife, and we had a baby. And at the same time, I managed to do my fatherhood. Maybe I was more there for my younger son, more than I was for my older sons, because I was always boxing, always traveling, now it gave me the opportunity to be with them, be Mr. Mom, and that I did enjoy. And then after many years, I decided to do something, and then the sheriff department came around, and I applied for that, did all that, and now I'm part of the Martin County Sheriff Department.
Well, that's good to hear. What would be your advice, your best advice for the youthful now coming up the ranks in the sport?
It's a sport it's very difficult because it doesn't if you don't make it, it doesn't give you a retirement fund at the end. You fought all those years, you sacrifice your body pretty much, and then at the end of it, you step it out without nothing in your pocket in a way, because it is one of those sports that they say either you make it or you don't. Because if you make it, yeah, you make some money, but at the same time, even if you make it and you don't invest your money correctly, then you lose everything, and you're back at the beginning where you got nothing and you're wondering what to do next. So my best advice is basically always watch that part of your life that basically you're gonna need when you're retired. The money, that's what you're doing it for, pretty much. You love the sport, yeah, we all love the sport, but at the end of it, we need to support ourselves and support others with it. And my best advice is keep it, just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Make sure that it's being taken care of, put in a good spot where you basically know that at the end of after you retire, there's going to be something there that you're going to basically be able to live off and be in not worry through your life. So.
Well, we're so proud of you, your accomplishments, of course, representing the island throughout the sport. Again, thank you for spending these short minutes with us. Don't forget to, again, subscribe, share, and like our page. And with that, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.